This week, all eyes are on the Gulf of Mexico. It is Hurricane Helene, and the wording from the National Hurricane Center is one of the things to pay attention to. Things like life-threatening storm surge for the entire western coast of Florida, the potential for hurricane-force winds as far as Georgia or the southern Appalachians, and freshwater flooding that could cause a big issue for the southeastern U.S. A hurricane that has a climate change fingerprint along with it as well. Let's talk about it. Helene became a hurricane Tuesday morning, expected to be a major hurricane before landfall, and there's two major factors that are particularly concerning with this storm. Okay, the first is just the size. National Hurricane Center talking about it's in the 90th percentile for size of a tropical system at this latitude. What that means is tropical storm force winds could extend 250 miles from the center to the east. Scattered power outages are possible from the southern tip of Florida all the way into the southeastern U.S. One of the records that could be up for grabs is that it could be one of the top 5 biggest storms in terms of the wind radii that the Gulf of Mexico has ever experienced. So let's talk about the climate change fingerprint here. When this became potential tropical cyclone 9, basically when the National Hurricane Center knew that it would become a system, it happened over waters that were at least 300 times more likely to be that anomalously warm because of climate change. Fast forward a day, then it became Tropical Storm Helene, and that formation occurred over hot ocean temperatures in the Caribbean that were made at least 500 times more likely because of climate change. Okay, the second big thing we're anticipating with Helene is another storm this season that will rapidly intensify. Hurricane on Tuesday, major hurricane already by Wednesday. And what we know about those waters where this rapid intensification process could occur in the southern Gulf of Mexico, that sea surface temperature anomaly for this time of the year is 3.3 degrees Fahrenheit. More simply put, that hot water temperature that's feeding the system is made at least 600 times more likely because of the carbon pollution that humans have put into the atmosphere. Now, a very important note is that the attributable science here, the climate shift index, is to sea surface temperatures. But what we know about hurricane formations and strengthenings, especially this rapid intensification process, is that it is these hot ocean temperatures that feed storms, that fuel storms to grow into intensity as well as size. Helene is expected to make landfall on the northern bend of Florida around Thursday. One thing that's very important if you're in the path or you know somebody that is, check with the National Weather Service office, check with the National Hurricane Center, and check with your local trusted meteorologist for impacts, timings, and concerns for where you live. In the meantime, if you want to explore climate change's impact on sea surface temperatures across the globe, you can head over to csi.climatecentral.org/ocean.